Now, when I talk about honoring your ancestors, an ancestor is anyone who has lived in a physical life and now has crossed over to the spiritual realm, spiritual world. So anyone could be an ancestor. Ancestor. Anyone that recently passed is an ancestor, or long past is an ancestor. RBG is an ancestor now. Chadwick is an ancestor now. Who else recently passed? Okay. The best guitarist in the whole wide world besides Jimi Hendrix and B.B. King that just passed. He was in Michael Jackson's video. He did the guitar solo.
Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, he's an ancestor. So those are just celebrities that's just recently passed, but that's what I mean by ancestor. The ways you can honor your ancestor is setting up an altar or setting up a sacred space. This is an altar or a sacred space that you will dedicate to honor your ancestors. It can include a picture of your ancestor, their favorite drink or food, which you will be given as an offering, or an item that they had, like a treasured watch or a jewelry or piece of clothing, something like that. You can always light candles to honor your ancestor on your altar. Generally, white candles. It could be the votives. It could be the tea light candles. It could be the tall candles. It could be a tapered candle. Be very careful with candles. Fire equals burning. You don't want to burn anything, so be very careful. Practice fire safety. And never leave a candle lit. And never blow out a candle. We've learned that. Don't blow out the suckers. Snuff them. Another way is to, while you're at the altar, you could talk to them. Ask them for assistance and guidance. Petition them. And you can also set intentions. I have my altar over here on the side of my bed. I have a picture of my loved ones. And I light candles for them for their birthdays and such like that. And so I talk to my ancestors every bloody morning when I wake up, and I give them their water offering. What I plan on doing is giving my dad his Coca-Cola, I give my brother some money, and I give my cat some treats. And I talk to them like I would talk to God. I just have a full-on conversation with them. I thank them. I thank them for still being around me. I just talk to them like they're still here, because technically they are.
So, Callie,
yes.
What do you do after you offer it? Do you toss it, or do you keep it yourself? Do you eat? Well, you won't eat the cat treats, but what do you do?
No, I get rid of it.
Okay.
I get rid
Not
of
the
it.
money. Not the money.
No, I don't give my brother real money. I give him play money. I went to the dollar store and got play money.
Okay.
Or you could go to Amazon and get the ancestor money that you can burn.
Okay.
You could burn ancestor money. Also, during this time, you could, during the full moon, burn a bay leaf. Money. It's a good time to be burning the bay leaf.
Okay.
You could decorate with flowers and crystals, clear quartz, rose quartz, loving crystals. Clear quartz is all purpose. Amethyst. And always give thanks to them and your higher authority. It could be God, it could be Buddha, it could be Muhammad, it could be Allah. Whoever your higher authority, it could be spirit, it could be the universe, Mother Nature. Whoever your higher authority is, give thanks. Another way of honoring your ancestors, especially during the thinning of the veil, is to visit them at the cemetery and or a gravesite. This was a natural practice for me. I ain't know no better. We did it. We did this as a family. We go to the cemetery and we visit our dead people, our loved ones. So we did it always for Memorial Day. I just never did it for Halloween. It makes sense to me. You can light candles at the gravesite. Be careful because the gravesite got grass, and we're like in a deadening season, so stuff might be out there dry like leaves and whatnot. Okay, no problem, Erica. And so you want to practice again safety. You could also have a picnic at the gravesite. This is what a lot of excuse me, Mexican, Latina heritage do. They go to the gravesite during the Day of the Dead, which is November the 1st, and they go and celebrate. They have a picnic technically, so you can do the same thing with your loved ones and go there and honor them by offering them food. You could even do this at your own dinner table. When you set up your dinner for tomorrow, you just set out an extra plate, and that'll be for them. And it doesn't have to be for every dead deceased relative, just the ones that you want to recognize. You could eat and commune with your loved ones at the gravesite or cemetery. Like I said, talk to them about everything and anything, and how much they're still loved and still missed. You could still petition them for assistance and guidance. You could decorate the gravesite with flowers and such, because that's what we did. Pennies is a good one for anybody that was in the military. Try to get a penny that is their birth year, and you could stick it, not just place it. You gotta use some glue, some Gorilla Glue, and stick it on the headstone. And you could even set out food and drink as offerings for them. When I went to New Orleans and we went to cemetery, cemetery number 1, when I went to go see Marie Laveau. And it was actually the Day of the Dead when we went, and I had such a beautiful time there, and it was just beautiful. And it was the Day of the Dead, and the feeling that I got there was that the spirits were very happy. People was coming there to visit their loved ones. They was lighting candles. They was bringing flowers and everything like that, just to take care of the the gravesite. Well, they have the tombs, above ground tombs. And it was just a beautiful feeling. So this is something that you can do to honor your dead one, your deceased loved ones during the thinning of the veil. You could also do this during meditation and yoga. Just simply taking that quiet moment to remember your loved ones and give them that moment to honor them, those that have crossed over. Just sending them the love, not just from yourself, but from your other family members that's still living, and let them know that they're still, thought of and loved and missed. Just incorporating them in your daily routine during this time. You still can petition them for assistance and guidance during your meditation and yoga. That's a really good time, because you're going to be focused on that. And you're going to be quiet and still. So that's one really good way of doing that. During this time, you need to protect yourself. It's very important to ground and shield. Grounding and shielding basically means that is through visualization, and that's visualizing yourself, in nature, and that you're growing roots, and those roots are connecting to Mother Earth, and they're going so far deep into the earth that they actually penetrate the core. That's grounding. And then you also, because you're becoming rooted, and you also want to shield, that means protect. So you also want to visualize that above your head is a bright, brilliant white light coming from the heavens, coming into your crown chakra. And you want to think about the protection, and you visualize that coming from above and entering into you and coming through you. So there's an equal flow of above and below. So you're grounding and shielding at the same time. It's very important for you to protect yourself before you do anything with your ancestors, because you don't want just anybody coming through, because you're opening yourself up into the spiritual realm at the thinnest point of the veil. So you don't want no demons just wandering through. You don't want Charles Manson just be wandering through. You don't want Jeffrey Dahmer and the such just wandering through. You just want your loved ones to come through. So you need to protect yourself. And that visualization that I just gave is a good one to do. You can also protect your space. And you could visualize a protective circle while you're doing your ancestor work at your altar, or when you're meditating or doing your yoga, or even at the grave site, however you're doing this, you could visualize a protective circle enclosing you. Or you could draw a physical circle around and reinforce that with black salt or sea salt. And you could pour that around the circle. Salt is a very good protector. And if you don't know anything about black salt, you could get that pretty much anywhere. Almost anywhere. But I would check black salt. So it's very, like I said, it's very important to protect yourself before you do any type of work. You can also use protection oils, my intention oils that's in the shop. Or you could just simply say a little prayer. I don't know where that came from when I did my write-up, but Aretha Franklin came through. So just, you could say a little prayer, Psalm 23 for protection. That's the only one I know by heart. Pretty much. That's the go-to. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.